Hello, architecture lovers and history buffs. Have you ever walked down a street and felt like you were traveling through time just by looking at the buildings? From the grandeur of ancient temples to the sleek lines of modern skyscrapers, every structure tells a story. Today we're embarking on an epic journey through the history of architecture. So, grab your virtual hard hat and let's explore the styles that have shaped our world. Our story begins in ancient Greece, the cradle of Western civilization. When you think of Greek architecture, you probably picture the Parthenon in Athens. This is the epitome of the classical style, defined by logic, order, and proportion. The Greeks gave us the three famous orders: Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian. The Doric is the simplest and most robust, with sturdy, fluted columns and a plain capital. You see this on the Parthenon itself. Next came the Ionic, more elegant and slender, easily recognizable by the scroll-like volutes on its capital, like a rolled-up piece of parchment. Finally, the Corinthian order is the most ornate, featuring elaborate capitals decorated with acanthus leaves. The Romans were so impressed by Greek design that they adopted and adapted these orders, but they added their own engineering marvels. The Romans were master builders and engineers. They took Greek ideas and literally blew them up in scale. Their secret weapon? Concrete. This revolutionary material, combined with the arch, the vault, and the dome, allowed them to create massive, awe-inspiring structures that the Greeks could only dream of. Think of the Colosseum in Rome, a colossal amphitheater that could hold over 50,000 spectators. Its ingenious system of arches and vaults is a testament to Roman engineering prowess. Or consider the Pantheon, also in Rome, with its magnificent coffered dome and the oculus, an opening to the sky. The Romans didn't just build temples. They built aqueducts, bridges, and entire cities, creating an infrastructure that held their vast empire together for centuries. Their focus on practicality and grandeur left an indelible mark on the world. As the Roman Empire fell, a new era began in Europe, leading to the rise of Romanesque architecture around the 10th century. This style was heavily influenced by Roman forms, hence the name. Think of medieval castles and sturdy, fortress-like churches. Romanesque buildings are characterized by their thick walls, small windows, and massive, rounded arches. They feel solid, grounded, and a bit gloomy inside. These churches were built to last, serving as both spiritual centers and places of refuge. The style is robust and functional, reflecting the turbulent times of the early Middle Ages. You can feel the weight of history in their stone walls. But then, something amazing happened. A desire for more light, height, and divine beauty gave birth to the Gothic style, starting in the 12th century. It was a complete departure from the heavy, earthbound feel of the Romanesque. The key innovations were the pointed arch, the ribbed vault, and the flying buttress. The pointed arch directed weight downwards more efficiently, allowing for taller buildings. The ribbed vaults created a strong skeletal framework in the ceiling. And the flying buttresses? These were the external supports that carried the weight of the roof, allowing the walls to become thin and filled with breathtaking stained glass windows. Cathedrals like Notre Dame in Paris or Chartres Cathedral in France became soaring skeletons of stone and glass, flooding the interiors with colorful, heavenly light. It was architecture designed to lift the human spirit towards the heavens. After the Middle Ages, we enter the Renaissance, a rebirth of classical art and learning that began in 14th century Italy. Architects turned away from the complexity of the Gothic style and looked back to the harmony and order of ancient Greece and Rome. Symmetry, proportion, and geometry were king. Filippo Brunelleschi's dome for the Florence Cathedral is a landmark of the early Renaissance, a feat of engineering that combined classical principles with new ingenuity. Architects like Leon Battista Alberti and Andrea Palladio wrote influential treatises that spread these ideas across Europe. Renaissance buildings, like Palladio's Villa Rotonda, are balanced, elegant, and human-scaled, reflecting the new humanist philosophy that placed man at the center of the universe. As the Renaissance evolved, it gave way to the more dramatic and emotional Baroque style in the 17th century. If the Renaissance was about calm order, the Baroque was about movement, grandeur, and awe. Fueled by the Catholic Church's Counter-Reformation, Baroque architecture was designed to inspire devotion and proclaim power. Think of curving forms, elaborate ornamentation, rich materials, and dramatic contrasts of light and shadow. The Palace of Versailles in France is a prime example of secular Baroque, a dazzling display of absolute monarchy. In religious architecture, Gian Lorenzo Bernini's work in Rome, like the colonnade of St. Peter's Square, creates a sense of theatricality and embrace, drawing the faithful into the heart of the church. Fast forward to the 19th and 20th centuries, and the Industrial Revolution changes everything. New materials like iron, steel, and glass opened up a world of possibilities. This led to Art Nouveau with its flowing, organic lines inspired by nature, and later, the game-changing movement known as modernism. Modernist architects stripped away all historical ornamentation. Their motto was, "Form follows function." They embraced clean lines, geometric shapes, and a sense of minimalism. Pioneers like Le Corbusier, Walter Gropius of the Bauhaus School, and Ludwig Mies van der Rohe championed a new honesty in materials and construction. Mies van der Rohe's famous saying, "Less is more," perfectly encapsulates the modernist spirit. Think of glass and steel skyscrapers, open-plan houses, and buildings that are honest about what they are and how they're built. And that brings us to today. Postmodernism reacted against the strictness of modernism, reintroducing humor, irony, and historical references, often in playful and unexpected ways. Today, contemporary architecture is incredibly diverse. We have deconstructivism, which challenges our notions of harmony and stability with fragmented, distorted forms, like Frank Gehry's Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao. We also see a huge emphasis on sustainability and green architecture, using technology to create buildings that are environmentally friendly and energy efficient. From 3D printed houses to living buildings covered in plants, architects are constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible. From the perfect proportions of the Parthenon to the twisting forms of today's iconic structures, architecture is a mirror of our history, our beliefs, and our aspirations. It is a tangible connection to the people who came before us and a blueprint for the world we hope to build. What's your favorite architectural style? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey through time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of design and history. See you in the next one.